Our next speaker is the Party General Secretary, Paul Oakley.
Good morning, conference. Now, as well as being General Secretary, I am also a member of the NEC, and accordingly, at this moment, an enemy of the people. In the past, I have always taken the view that it should be for the members to decide who leads our party. And if that delivers a donkey like Diane James or Henry Bolton, then it's down to you, not us. Now, last Sunday, certain colleagues on the NEC had some very strong views about whether Gerard Batten should be allowed to stand again. I respect those people. I listened to their views very carefully. And the conclusion that I reached was, it should still be the members who select our leader. I approved Gerard, and he wasn't getting any special treatment because I am going to approve all the candidates. Now, I love the cheers of Brexiteers. What sweet music you make. I love the jeers of our enemies even more. They are pleasing to me. But what I don't like are boos from my brothers and sisters in UKIP. I suspect I'm going to get some in the next few minutes. So be it. In February of last year, under a previous leader, we had 17,000 members. 14 months later, our membership had soared to 30,000, and we were in the black financially. Gerard indeed. And our popularity was growing because Theresa May's regime betrayed Brexit again on the 29th of March. So it was no coincidence that just 1 week later, our man, Neil Hamilton, came third in the Newport by-election on 9% of the vote. That was just 14 weeks ago. Then on 13th of April, YouGov published a poll, and the question was, if there were elections to the European Parliament in May, which party would you vote for? Another EU realist party, whose name I will not mention, was on 15%, and our own UKIP was on 14%. That was just 13 weeks ago. Yet we alone, of all the Brexiteer parties, had a precise, succinct, and comprehensive plan for leaving the EU. This manifesto. Its central message was, stop asking the EU how we can leave and start telling them how we will leave. Bring it on. On the 2nd of May, we had the local elections. And something had happened because in less than 3 weeks, UKIP's vote share dropped 68%. We lost 145 councillors. We have just 31 left. And you know the result of the EU elections on the 26th of May. In that 6-week period, we cast away 78% of our support. We polled 554,000 votes, or 3%. That is 17,000 fewer than Change UK. Let me emphasise that. UKIP was beaten by the Cuck Party. What an embarrassment. So, at the same time, another EU party, whose name I will not mention, topped the poll with 30%. They returned 29 MEPs, 5 more than UKIP managed at their height in 2014. So what on earth happened? On the 26th of April, one of our MEP candidates made an announcement. That's what happened. Now, call me old-fashioned, Call me out of touch. Call me a gammon, if you will. But I have no interest whatsoever in the circumstances in which it might be appropriate to cave and rape a Labour MP. None at all. Yet anyone with an ounce of common sense would know that our enemies would have a great deal of interest in that foul comment. It was a gift to them, and they put that gift to immediate use. Every single one of us who went on the media after that were questioned in detail about the rapiness of our party. And as for our plans for a real Brexit, not mentioned at all. Now, lefty pop star Billy Bragg has explained the matter thus. Quote, "The party paid a high price. Every interview with a UKIP spokesman dwelt on that person's comments. While they struggled to justify choosing him as a candidate, no policies were discussed. The party's campaign was derailed and they lost all their seats." Spot on. But if you're not persuaded by that millionaire socialist banjo plucker, let's hear what some other people have to say, or had to say. Quote, "I am quite certain that during the European election campaign, the candidacy of this person and his comments on rape caused UKIP untold damage. This attitude cost votes here in Yorkshire, as well as other areas in the country." Who was that? Mike Cookham, defeated UKIP MEP. Or maybe this. The entire campaign was going backwards each day. Most depressing. This person is not my best mate. Who was that? Stuart Agnew, defeated UKIP MEP. And it went on. Back in June 2016, 53,000 voters, or 60% of the people of Peterborough, voted to leave the EU. In June 2019, 400 voters, or 1% of the people of Peterborough, backed our man John Whitby in the by-election. He came 6th, behind the Lib Dems and the Greens. And on the 14th of June, YouGov published another poll. How was this party performing? I will tell you, UKIP are on 0%. Let me stress that. Our party have a 0.0% approval rating. And since April, nearly 4,000 members have walked away from our party. Nobody likes us, not even ourselves. And I do care about that a lot. Now, I've been General Secretary of this party for 2 years, and I've tried my best not to be too much like Matthew Hopkins, the Witchfinder General. Contrary to popular belief, we actually have very few fruitcakes, loons, or closet racists who've brought our party into disrepute. Yet sometimes swift, firm action is needed, very firm action. The Tories promised that we will finally leave the EU on Halloween. That's just over 3 months from now. Do we believe them? Of course we don't. But if we get any attention whatsoever from the media over this month, it's likely to still be about the rapiness of our party rather than Brexit. Because we haven't taken any action at all, swift or otherwise. We haven't distanced ourselves from that revolting comment. Indeed, the person responsible for it, Mr. Carl Benjamin, stars next on the bill at this very conference. You may clap, you're clapping to yourselves. You're not clapping to the public at large, and they are the people who matter. Now, in the opinion of one NEC colleague, no action should be taken because, quote, UKIP are the party of free speech. Well, UKIP ought to be a pack of war dogs, highly trained, single-minded of purpose, focused on only one thing, to release this country from the shackles of the European Union. Closer and closer to the kill. We can taste the terror of the prey. But then, oh look, a squirrel. It's called free speech. Let's chase after that instead. No, no, no. In the words of the internet, ain't nobody got time for that. I certainly don't have any time for that. Our first purpose, our second purpose, and our last purpose has to be leaving the EU. Nothing else matters at all. So, today I am standing down as General Secretary, I am resigning as immigration spokesman, and I am abandoning the NEC. I am off. It has been an honour and a privilege to fight alongside you lot for the past 8 years. I shall miss you. God bless you all.